to start to think better, feel better, being better for our conscious creation, preparing for the new moon, and then also the Mercury to start retrograde. Okay, so I think I would like to wait for a live joiner to be connected here. So this still sitting nicely. Hoping to get better here. Yeah, so interesting. The alert said that weak network. I never got that sign. Hi, Mel. Thanks for coming back again. I never get that alert though. Just curious. Okay, connecting. Okay, I think it's connected. I'm not sure the other device is not connecting to Wi-Fi. So one, two. So let's get the reminder for this week to prepare for the new moon and prepare for Mercury to get retrograde. Okay, here is the reminder for this week. I'm pretty busy. Okay, the reminder here for all of us this week is the healthy relationship. Healthy relationship. The fourth energy center, heart chakra, color green. Interesting. This is very unusual card to pop in up here. That the fourth energy center is the one love, caring, nurturing, forgiving, oneness. That's what the energy center, the heart chakra. And in conjunction with relationship, any relationship. So here's a healthy thought. I express my emotions openly, willingly, and skillfully. That's one of the most challenging, the hardest task that to do. Emotion, expressing my emotion openly, willingly, and skillfully. The unhealthy thought here is I will not be loved or accepted if I get angry or sad. I will not be loved or accepted if I get angry or sad. So, will not be loved or accepted means like something perception is associated with conditioned love, not unconditional love, conditioned love. If I did and then not being loved by mother or father or family member or teacher or whoever, you know, and then especially if I get angry or sad, anger and sadness is one of the negative emotion, human basic emotion. Love, joy, these are the so-called positive emotions. Fear, anger, and sadness, these are the negative emotion. It's not good or bad, it's just the negative. And so expressing or sharing that negative emotions, then it is not be loved or accepted by someone who would like to be feeling loved. So I think this is pretty much influenced by childhood experience that if you are from the hard time getting the unconditional love from parents, I mean, I think that's a very challenging task to get openly unconditional love from parent figure. Perhaps that it's easier to get grandparents because my absolute unconditional love that I knew since I was a child is grandparents, grandpa and grandma. They gave me unconditional love. But the figure of the parent figure, first and second caregivers, it's very challenging to, as a child, to gain their love, to do something or be a good girl, to grab their attention. I think that's a natural part of being child. So if growing up with the twisted mindset as to repressing own negative emotions in order to get love, that is a conditioned love. Unconditionally, we got to taking care of that twisted belief system in untangling one by one. So here is what Dr. Mona Lisa needs to add on this. Healthy relationship, fourth energy center. Mel, are you able to connect? I'm just curious about. My network is still unstable, so I'm just wondering if you can connect or not. If you are connected, it would be appreciated if you can let me know. Okay, I think I'll get going here. All right. Well, if it's not connected, then already we are effect of Mercury retrograde. Oh, by the way, just in case that if you're unfamiliar with what the Mercury retrograde is, that I my profession is outside of astrology, but I just do care about the moon cycle, new moon and full moon. And then another aspect only I do care is the Mercury retrograde, which is the every 4 months. It's each quarter we have a 3 weeks that retrograde, and that actually affects the Mercury, the communication. And if you are starting something new, which is sort of like challenging flow universally, retrograding. So it's wise to use that just like a tide, energetic tide for our own harmonious creation, be with the wave, so to speak. So that's one of the things that I am talking about. And that Mercury start to retrograde this week, the middle of this week. So it's already kind of started having a splashes, So here is the what is this happening now? That's let me restart this device. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so healing relationships for. Okay, I don't see Mel type in here, so I suspicious about the live connectedness. Healing healthy relationship, page 66. Okay. I think something is wrong, but anyhow, maybe you can we can connect and pray. Healthy relationship, fourth energy center. So anger and sadness, relationship, fire alarm or an intuitive guidance system that let us know when we've been hurt, disappointed, or injured in some way. If we don't allow ourselves to express our feelings, a relationship becomes unhealthy and potentially abusive. Many people who have suffered childhood, emotional, and physical abuse find it difficult to voice their feelings and be assertive in marriage or partnership because they may anticipate rejection, betrayal, and abandonment. I think I'm from that camp. Oh, you're back again. Oh, that's good. I thought that my end connection, but it's good. Oh, yay. Yay, that's good. Okay. So, if we don't allow ourselves to feel anger and disappointment, then our mind is likely to fool us into seeing our loved ones in an artificially positive way. Whoa, I think I picked this card as on the first time reading this, but this is like so hitting my nail. Um, so an artificially positive way, putting a blind eye to a difficult, possible abusive side. Getting into a relationship without an ability to assert ourselves and express disappointment is like driving a car with blinders on. It's only a matter of time before we get hurt. True loyal and intimacy True loyalty and intimacy in a relationship involving skillfully honest about expressing all our feelings. This is very true. Um, when I definitely reading this and listening this is like, well, I came from there. I mean the childhood to disguising this disappointment or hurting feeling in order to be a good girl. And then there was other way that I thought it would work, or even there is another options that to be okay to expressing that anger and disappointment. I know it's very unhealthy, and especially, I was thinking about the childhood that when I was reviewing all this the family albums, and organizing earlier this year, and to check, this, wow, I haven't seen this for over 50 years, kind of, pictures. And at some point, the age when I was on a 1 digital-year-old girl, the facial expression changed at some point that I noted that I am so become aware of the camera and the way that how do I look on it. And before that point, age point, I was so natural and free to be myself. So something might be shifted at that point, and then realize that that was the time that I became a big sister. So the new responsibility came to my life to be as a big sister, and the people's attention's dynamic changed. and the parents' attention, all these different dynamics, and then probably it's, developed in the new way. So facial expression seen from the album picture, exactly showing that stages. That's quite interesting findings that came to my awareness, and that made sense. And then I think that so if you are the first daughter or son, and then only the daughter or son, only child, or the have brothers and sisters, just the one or many, or you are the middle of the brothers and sisters. That dynamic is unique to each one of us, but somehow that we get influence from getting the love attention from parents. That's as a human being, human child is pretty much about the same. That dynamic hold the key, that way we feel that ease or challenge to express emotions, I think. And in case of me, it was really hard to express. And then, as Dr. Mona Lisa said here, that it's very unhealthy. It's almost like throwing own word and kept it in order to gain that love from, you know, the parents, to be a good girl, not to show disappointed, always hiding behind my smiles, and that's unhealthy, and ended up like a body store, that, and then as an adulthood or even the child, and then become ill, that dynamic was truly happening. So here's the healthy thought here is, I express my emotions openly, willingly, and skillfully. So this person always popping up in my mind, that very respectful businesswoman who openly expressed her emotions, even to the workplace. And as a woman, it's so taboo to bring in emotion to the workplace. I mean, that's what I came from. But she would so logically deliver in that how she felt, even the negative, how she felt sad about that person was not, contributing to particular things. So, that disappointment was wow. So, and that taught me that, wow, this is acceptable to openly expressing the disappointment even in the workplace, which to me was like, wow, totally a new idea. But I think it's healthy, because as long as we're human being, we all have the emotion, and as long as human are creating, then emotion is everything. We feel excited about it, and then angry at that about it, and sad and disappointed, and that's what human beings part of it. So repressing is unhealthy, it's come and go and express it, but the way to express is needing the skill. So that's something that we can learn. And then I was telling the other day that I finally wanted to share how we can express logically, openly, and to that really enhance the quality of life. But knowing that where that challenge is coming from, and what was the nature was creating the sour experience in the past. Like looking back in reading this, Dr. Maloris's comment is like a childhood, way of learning that created a pattern without knowing, is carrying over to the adulthood relationship, and then sort of like be in the abusive, emotional abusive or physical, any kind of abusive environment without aware of it, because we pretty much know about what's happening in our experience. and it's a hard time getting to know outside different type of experience. I mean, nowadays we can have an internet, so checking with someone openly sharing about their life experience, and there's an opportunity for us to learn some way to experience life, but that was not that it happened started not that long ago. So reading the book, or these materials, gradually educating ourselves that something, not only my own our own experience, but others experience openly, authentically learning, that will help. Unless otherwise, going to therapist and talk about it. But even if we are um, unaware of what's happening within us, and then there's no way to go to therapist. I mean, if you're in the region that there isn't a therapist available, that's good. I mean, you're lucky. But if you are in a collective that have no awareness for that, that is also challenging, and you're aware of that. It's the um you need some solutions to taking care of self. So what I wanted to tell is that healthy relationship. So in order to be healthy, our body, mind, and then spirit, and relationship to self, and relationship to anyone, in a healthy, deepening the relationship in a healthy way, significant partner, lover, family member, and then we must openly express even with the negative emotion. It is okay. So it comes down to self love, self esteem, confidence. It is okay if whatever they think about me saying this, as long as what I am sharing is in the golden rule, which is not to punching into others, not hurting others, or not hurting self, but to expressing that negative emotion to let others know how you are feeling: excited, sad, angry, disappointed. These emotion exercise is very important. And then if you feel like you are noticing yourself getting into the unhealthy relationship and ended up like feeling abusive in any area or any levels, and then a good time to back into this childhood experience, how you created unconditional love to relatedness with your parent, first caregiver, second caregiver figure. And my observation of that relatedness to the first and second caregiver figure, the relationship with the mother is really influenced to a trust to self and the others, and with the mother, and this mother figure. And the second caregiver figure, the father figure, is to express openly in the community or society, somehow that to healthy relatedness with the father figure, um, then openly expressing during the childhood. And then they are pretty much open to speak out own idea or emotion to the world around. And if some challenge or twisted relatedness to the second caregiver, father figure, then it's very difficult to speak out openly, confidently in the society. That's how I identify the characteristics through my clients and communities and people that I was able to talk and to work with on this relatedness. So again, this week's reminder: preparing for the new moon, really. I mean, really healthy relationship, fourth energy center. I express my emotions openly, willingly, and skillfully. Could be perfect because the holiday season kicked in and more opportunity to reconnect family members, siblings, and updating where you are, and Mercury retrograde reconnecting, but we are moving onward, forward. So, good reminder. Unhealthy thought is I will not be loved or accepted if I get angry or sad. I will not be loved or accepted if I get angry or sad. Yeah, that's the want to pretending as okay, and then you're faking you. It's not your own authentic self. So fake it to until when? For what purpose? To gain some what? Love or some opportunity or what? What is the point of, or maybe you want to avoid that disharmonious dynamic to someone. So just shut my mouth, not to speak out. Maybe so. And if it's not worth expressing your own feeling, and then pretty much, that's the way to end the dynamic. That's one choice. But if fear of rejection by openly expressing anger and sadness, then that is something, nuggets of uh, opportunity for you to take care of. Fear of rejection. So if we being rejected by expressing that, and is that is that the way to deliver the message of the emotion? If that's the case, we can learn a better way to express, or we just don't know how to deliver that emotion. And then, wah, 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 that's not gonna happen. Angry about, but got to deliver that negative emotion, angry about, logically, cool as a cucumber, to deliver that sadness, disappointing, towards ideal outcome, which is the harmonious oneness. If we would like to deepen in the relationship with that particular people or event or person. And if we are unsure about the way to deliver with the word, sometimes we fail and not gonna talk for years. I mean, are you familiar with that? Some words came out as an diarrhea, and then the fire works, and then from there, how many months or how many years? No communication, even among family. I mean, who's not talking to whom? It's pretty popular that we can imagine. I think that in the community too, that who and who is not talking right now for years, and then that. I think that's part of human beingness, but meaningful relationship will come back at some point, dissolve itself. It is hard, but that become an opportunity to more learning better way to deliver the emotion for the next time, if there is a next time. um, so the success comes from many unsuccessful experience. So without doing it, experimenting it, we're never going to be succeeded. so so starting with the safe space, and be aware that choosing the safe space to expressing it, and if you decide to express in that tender relationship, they need a courage to, that is okay. And then work on the self-love, and how long am I able to keep this faking self, because we never be able to cheat in ourselves, cheat in our knowingness that because that's part of us, and that's hard to cheat, to live with it as own life. So at some point we must adjust to make it divinely fine, to feel comfortable own skin. However, become aware of it, and then becoming that version of ourselves. There isn't a gap between here and here. So just gradually, or you just jump out of your skin and then go for it. But this is a holiday season, so it could be timely to become aware of that. At least to become aware of that, how we feel inside of ourselves. We can ignore it, or maybe deeper commitment to self openly, and change the dynamic one by one if unable to change immediately, or change one time. To be honest with you, I also have more than one or two relatedness ideally want to shift in. And I guess that's natural, um because we are changing all the time. The other person is also changing, um and letting others know how we feel openly is such an courageous step in some dynamic. But when we feel more needing the courage, and then take action, regardless of the consequence of that action that we act out, we grow. Right? And then trusting the process, and trusting that meaningful relationship will returning, that's a karma, and the consequences, yeah, and meaningful, and we each take an important role for one another's life, and they are taking their role for our life. So to these people are very close, soul connected people, give us a deep challenge, or deep shift, or deeper meanings to become authentic self, defining, to connect and express as an evolving process. So appreciate that, if you have that awareness that hey, I'm still faking out. um, but I understand that the cultural filter is always there. Like, here in Japan, is the culture collectively not hearing, not speaking, not seeing, three no, 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 using the monkeys, like a monkey don't hear, monkey don't speak, monkey don't see. That's the wise way to survive, like a social skill. Whether I disliking it, but some people prefer to be that way, to disguising it in order to avoid the not dialoguing. They perceive it as an arguing. Did I say arguing? Discussion, not perceive as a discussion, but arguing equal fighting. So the verbal communication is not going to happen. It's just one way to screaming at it. It doesn't comes to as an discussion, which is like um what does that go? Intellectual openness with the emotion, hot emotion with the intellectual communication. I think that's a mature way of getting to know one another. But some cultures are very immature, and then I admit that this community speaking in Japanese is really immature in some level, but some level is like very very like being part of oneness in a strange way. So that combo of immaturity and one with oneness, I think that's the collective uniqueness of the people in this country of Japan, I think. So that's what I'm discovering about that lately, and then I am being part of it and practicing the way to express himself and being part of it. Well, thank you for listening. And would you like to put a reminder card, Mel, for the new moon preparation? Let me have the number between 1 to 10, please. So 3. Okay. 1. Oops. 2. 3. And 1, 2, 3. So here is the card you pick for this week's reminder, preparing for the new moon. And then I share a healthy thought and unhealthy thought. And then go scan your energy and come up with some reminder might be helpful for you this week. Okay. So the card you picked is healthy body. Healthy body. The third energy center. Interesting. 3 and third energy center, color yellow, which is about solar plexus, sense of self, to decide, be responsible for, desire, healthy ego. That's what the energy center, and stomach. And healthy thought here is I have healthy self esteem in multiple areas of my life. I am satisfied with my ability to fit into a family, a relationship, and a career. Whoa. It's good one. It's so aligning, I think. I ability to have a voice in the world. Whoa, that's a really connected to the first one as a corrective reminder. An unhealthy thought here is my weight is always a struggle. My digestive tract is sensitive. I get the sense that what you are creating right now is pretty down the earth. I feel very grounded, and it's connected to what you supposed to do, what you wanted to do, and bringing into the earthy reality. And then I have a sense that there is more than enoughness, more than enoughness, and to also the intellectually well considered and to organized to go. So this affirmation is really good to pay attention to your stomach and digestive tract, especially for the holiday season and holiday meals, and your body is responding to the stomach or digestive. Mercury retrograde. I mean, again, I have a healthy self-esteem in multiple areas of my life. I am satisfied with my ability to fit into a family, a relationship, and a career. I feel good about my intellect and my ability to have a voice in the world. So, in conjunction with this week's all of us reminder to expressing even the negative emotions. So, paying attention to just explore when you feel, let your intuition guide to expressing your emotion, even the disappointment, sadness, in a way to guide it into the ideal alignment with your family members. And I was so disappointed because I expected so and so, and it wouldn't be nice. That could be that was my wish for the next year, for example. To be expressing the disappointment with along with the wish for the next year or ideal new reality resonance, that could be a good combo to experiment when you express emotions. I'm sending a healing. And let's prepare for the newness of the new moon with this affirmation to align healthy self esteem, body, and to emotional expression for healing self towards new reality, new year. Thank you for allowing. So, it's nice to start the week with you this way, Mel. And thank you for sharing your lovely presence, supporting me here too, reminding ourselves for setting the good affirmation. You're so welcome. So let us connect our energy as one energy before closing it. And I think, oops, the energy. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you for commenting. Nice, nice of you. So, as in a deep breath, conscious breath, I was reading an article about how we hold the emotional component literally directly matters to our health psychological health, spiritual health, physical health, mind health. Each level. So the emotion is everything. In other words, that the AI don't have emotions. Right? Maybe they will have someday, sooner or later. But the humans, important aspect of humanness, to excite anything, no longer serving conscious. Wow, that's a long one. Wow, that was a long one. Lot to the go. And now invite in the new energy, new space here, and fill it up with the newness, aligning to your new